In the off-season now, Parramatta, though, you guys actually had quite a good end towards the back end of the season. Obviously, it was a tough year to start with. How did you feel that the end of 2025 went?
Yeah, it was a bit of a tough start. We learned a lot of lessons at the start of the year, and then kind of found our way midway through the year there, and fixed up our footy a little bit. Found the type of footy team that we wanted to be, the identity that we wanted, and had a few good wins at the end of the year. But yeah, it means nothing. I guess we'd obviously love to be playing now, but we're not.
So that identity come, they say, from the coach. He brought different ideas, different ways of training. How different was it? What did you do?
Yeah, it was a lot of change. It wasn't even just changing the coaching staff. It was changing our whole squad. Ryles made some big decisions in the pre-season, moving on a few experienced players, and had a whole new attack, whole new defence. And I think the boys are just trying to find their feet early on in the year. And obviously got a few harsh lessons there early in the year, but probably set up the end of our season there, and had a few players come back, get on the field, and put a pretty strong team together, and come up with some good wins. But yeah, there was a lot of change and a lot of learning, I guess.
How was the early Ryles? I think round one you got beat by 50 odd by Melbourne. And the true colours of a coach comes out when he's under pressure. How was he at the start, Ryles?
He was outstanding, to be honest. I think any other coach would probably blow up, or I think we won one game out of our first 6 or something like that. And the way he handled himself was unreal. And there was definitely times where it was very warranted for him to blow up, and at some of the efforts that some of the boys were putting in, or just as a team. And but the boys were coming into training wanting to learn, and Ryles' attitude didn't change at all. So he got a lot out of that, and I think the boys repaid him towards the end of the year with what he was doing at the start of the year.
You've been at the club for many years now, so just how different is it as an overall, not just playing squad, you got your coaching staff, everything as a whole? How different is it under Ryles?
Yeah, it's very different. I was so used to Brad. I've been under him for like 7 or 8 years, so I didn't really know anything different or anything better, and having Ryles in has been a good freshen up for myself, and I think some of the other players as well. So I thought I knew everything in football, and then having Ryles come in and the little detail things that has definitely helped my footy, but also the whole team as well.
What about some of the young blokes? We see Papali, Riley Smith, also, who am I thinking about? Iongi, the fullback. Who are the ones to watch going forward?
They've been unreal. I think me as an older player now, I think they've come in with a lot of energy and wanting to learn, and it's definitely freshened up my footy and myself. And mate, I think the fullback he's been unreal for us. He's come in wanting to learn, and he's obviously come from a really good system in Penrith, and he's brought a few of those things into our club. And but yeah, we've got a really young squad at the moment, and every single player wants to learn, and it's been a breath of fresh air, I guess.
I love the way he's play. Forwards passing, offloading. Do you feel like that? Is it exciting you going to training when you're playing like that?
I love it, mate. It's we spoke about at the end of the year. We were upset with that. We were finishing now. It felt like we were just hitting our straps, and but it is what it is. That's the way we started the season. But I think, like I said, we changed our whole attack at the start of the year, and we're trying to find our identity, I guess. And,
well, you didn't play.
And yeah.
How many games did you miss?
Fair few. I think I only played like 13 games by the end of the year.
And you won pretty much 90% of those.
We won a fair few of them, yeah. So,
well, that must be exciting for you next year. Like, if you play 75-80% of the games, just make the 8.
Yeah, it's exciting. Like, it's everyone. Like I said, we didn't want to finish. We just felt like we were hitting our straps now. We found the type of team that we want to be, had the type of footy that we want to play. But it wasn't only just our attack. I think it's how we were defending as well. We've had some pretty quality sides towards the end of the year. We're playing for final spots, top 4 spots, and I think it was based off our defence. Our defence was the forefront in letting us be able to play the footy that we could with the ball.
One of the lessons that was dished out this year was from you to Tallyn Da Silva.
Yeah.
What was going on out there?
No, it's I think the hooking position, I think they copped the most sprays out of anyone, especially being a half. But it was just a few gentle words there, but no, it's. I think I learned a lot of lessons out of that instant, and I think.
What lessons you learned? You don't need to learn any lessons.
No,
that's your job as a halfback.
Yeah.
No, the game was on the line. In all seriousness, the game was on the line, and Tallyn's inexperience.
Yeah.
There was 3 wrong options here.
Yeah.
He needs to be told.
I think the best thing that I took out of it, and I think Tallyn took out of it, is we got in that position. I think a few weeks later. and he learnt straight away.
Of course he will.
No, but like it's...
No, but that's why.
Yeah.
You made your point.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. I think I've obviously can be a bit more tamed, I guess, in how I...
But I don't think it would get across. Like, you've got to think about it. You're on a footy field. It's so loud out there. And
it's a
everything's
high-pressure situation.
Pressure.
Yeah.
And you can't
I
get
just
the
don't like looking at it,
standards.
to be honest.
You can't get standards with the way people live their life in real life to on the footy field.
Yeah.
It's totally different. Yeah. And you and Tallyn would have had a...
Oh, mate, I love him, mate. We're really close. Yeah, we did, yeah.
Rich.
Mate, but the biggest thing I got out of that is it's how he learnt. Like, we got in that position a few weeks later, and for a kid coming into first grade, 19 years old, in that position, in such a high-pressure situation, a few weeks later, he learnt his lesson, and I think as a team we learn our lesson as well. So that takes a lot from him, I guess.
What about when it's maybe not necessarily your teammate, when it's sledging in the opposition? We've got some vision here. Do you remember this moment with Trindle?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we don't have it.
Good, that's good. No,
Do you remember that one?
I get caught up in the...
Well, it shows you also
you've still got it. Yeah, you've got it there. I don't know.
Two halfbacks into each other. This is terrible.
How's the swearing going? Remember we spoke about the swearing during the Lebanon?
Freddie, we've had a lot of chats about that, actually. Freddie obviously coached me in the Lebanon side, and every time I would swear, I've obviously got a little bit of a bad mouth, but Freddie would always calm me down and tell me to pull up with the swearing, and I'd always have to check myself a bit, but I don't think it got through to me.
Principal fiddler.
Yeah, who would have thought it?
Nah, he was good.
What about the games this weekend? Obviously, you guys played the Penrith Panthers in a grand final a few years ago. Didn't go the way that Parramatta Eels would have wanted it to. Just how tough is this Panthers side, or was that Panthers side?
I think we versed probably one of the best Penrith sides that they could put on paper, and in that 4 years. But mate, they're a quality side, and it feels like just whenever they lose a player, they bring someone in and he just does an even better job. Like, they just know their role. Every single player knows exactly their role in the team, in the attack, in the defence, everything. So speaks volumes of what Ivan's doing there, the coaching staff, but even just the core group of players there at the moment, like Dill, Nathan and Yowie, and the hooker Mitch Kenny. I think they've been pretty solid there, and then it looks like whoever comes in just fits right into the role. So, it's unbelievable.